The Olight S1R Baton. This light is a pocket powerhouse. This little itty bitty thing, look how small this thing is, puts out 900 lumens. What can I say about that? I don't know what to say. It's really bright. That's what I can say about it. I don't know what else to say because this light is so small and it's so bright. It's amazing what these lights are coming to. This is an evolution of their Baton series. This light retails for $65, $45. I'll put some links down below, but it's just really small and really bright. And I could just stop the video right there, and that's all you really need to say about it. But I guess we should go into it a little bit more. Here's the packaging. Some stuff about the light, some run times on it. Inside the packaging, you get a few things. You get this nice little fuzzy pouch that you can use for, I don't know, to put some of the accessories, like maybe the charger and the lanyard, or you can just use it for whatever other fuzzy pouch things you want. It's a nice little thing that you can kind of store and transport stuff in. The other things that come in the packaging is the charger, because this light is rechargeable. Right there. Just goes right on there. We'll get to that. There is also a lanyard, nice and wrapped up, and the lanyard will fit into that hole right there. There's of course also the instruction manual right here in a bunch of languages, and this has some of the specifics on the light. Throws 145 meters. The way I usually make that into a meaningful distance is I just change the units to feet. 145 feet, so about 50 yards is how I usually kind of translate that into a useful distance. 900 lumens, IPX8 rated, so it's going to be tough. Has the Cree XM-L2, and this runs on one CR123 rechargeable battery. And there's some other stuff about it. Okay, onto the light. Just as a size comparison to show you size compared to some other like batteries. Here it is compared to a AA battery. Here's a CR123, and if you have an 18650, the light is pretty much the size of the 18650. It's maybe a little bit narrower, but otherwise it's just about the same length. So it's nice, small, compact size. Let's get these out of the way and have a look at it. So this light is rechargeable. The back here, there is a charging port, and it comes with this cable here. This just plugs into a regular USB, whatever kind of charger you have. You can plug it in, and it magnetically fits right onto there. Just connects right on, so you can set this next to your bed or wherever you want to set it. And when it charges, the little light here will turn green, or the little light will turn red if it's not charged, and then turns green when it's fully charged. This here is also magnetic, so you can stick it to anything magnetic that you need. You can stick it on the wall, you can stick it on a knife, stick it on the hood of your car, wherever you need to, so you can kind of mount this and get some light from it. On the inside, when you get this, by the way, there's a little plastic protector in here, so you need to remove that before the light will work. It does come with the battery. The battery is an Olight 3.7 volt, 550 milliamp hour battery, a rechargeable battery. And it is down there. There's a spring that you probably can't see, but it's there. So it's polarity protected, but the positive part of the light goes out this way and fits right onto that little nub right there. There's an O-ring there to help with that water protection, and then this screws right back on there. Olight logo there, and on the other side, S1R Baton and the serial number. There's a pocket clip here. This pocket clip can go either tip up or tip down. It's reversible, so it just pulls right off with a little bit of force. And so you can either have it mounted this way, or if you prefer, you can have it mounted this way. For me, I like it. If you use it this way, there's not really a lot of the light. Well, let's just put it on and show you. If you use it this way, personally, I don't like my lights tip up or head up, sticking out of the pocket, and then there's not much to grab onto here. Whereas if you do it the other way, then there is decent amount sticking out of your, a reasonable amount sticking out of your pocket, a centimeter or so there that you can use to grab onto. So I prefer that. This moves around, and also it's over a nice smooth piece here, so you're not going to have any underclip issues. My only issues with their pocket clip, you sometimes, right, there's this little ledge right here that you sometimes have to just work that over the material in your pocket. And then this little indentation in the clip right here that I think is designed to help keep it in your pocket, keep it from coming out. Sometimes if you have some really thick pants, like some thick jeans, you may have trouble kind of fitting that over the jeans. So I don't think this part's needed. I don't think this little indentation here is needed. I think the clip would be perfectly fine without it, or at least make it a little shallower. But for normal pants, shouldn't be a problem. Thicker pants, you may have just a little bit of an issue getting that over them. There's a side button here. The side button is how it is actuated. There's no buttons on the back. It obviously will tail stand. And then down in the head here, there is that TIR, total internal reflection lens. And that creates a nice smooth beam with a decent amount of throw, about 50 yards or so, like I said. There's that LED. Onto the user interface. The light is controlled by this side button. There are several modes. If you long press it, it will come on to the moonlight mode. 0.5 lumens for 15 days. You can turn it back off and back on. It does have mode memory, so if you turn it off, it will remember the last mode, everything except for the high and the turbo. But onto the moonlight mode, and then you just hold this down to ramp up to the next brightness. So 12 lumens for 33 hours, 60 lumens for 4.5 hours, 300 lumens for 60 minutes, and then 900 lumens. And what it does with this 900 lumens is it will hold that for half a minute, and then it will ramp down to the 300 lumens, and it will do that for another 55 minutes because, you know, it's a small light, it's a small battery, and 900 lumens, there's only so long you need that. The light does get pretty warm at that 900 lumens if you leave that on for a while, and then it will ramp down to that 300 lumens and it will hold it there. If you need to access the turbo from off, you just press and hold, and it goes into that turbo. It will remember the turbo for 10 minutes, turbo and the high. It will remember both of those for 10 minutes with the mode memory, and then after that it will revert down to the medium with the mode memory. If you need to get to the strobe from off, you just triple click, 1, 2, 3, and it goes into that really quite bright strobe, and then back off. It also has a lockout, and the way that you get to that is that you hold this side button down for 2 seconds. The light will come on, it'll go back off, and then if you try and turn it on, you probably can't really see it here, but this glows red a little bit, and that will show you that it's locked out. That way, if you're going to put it in a bag or you're going to put it somewhere where you don't want to get accidentally turned on, you can lock it out and protect the battery. To turn the lockout off, you just hold it down again, comes back on, and then you're back where you started. There are also some timers. So if you have this on, there's a 3-minute timer and a 9-minute timer. And when the light is on, if you double press it, it flashes once, that's the 3-minute timer. Double press it again, it flashes twice, that's the 9-minute timer, and then it will obviously turn off after the end of the timer. Out here in the dark, let me give you an idea of the profile of this light. First, starting with a different light. This is my Enforce light, and it has a very focused beam. You can see on those trees that are, I'd say, about 40 yards out in front of me, and you see how it's just lighting up a small spot. If I turn the Olight on, you can see how that 900 lumens has a really broad beam. Just ramped down a little bit because I've been using it a while out here. There's that broad beam, focus beam, broad beam, and let me just go for a little walk with it. But even at the 300 lumens, which I think it ramped down to, it's still plenty bright. If I go through the brightnesses here, turn it off, moonlight, and then there's the full 1000, or the full 900 rather. But again, plenty bright for what this is. If I go into the strobe, it's a pretty fast strobe. And then off and back onto the full brightness. But this light, like I said, for the size of it, it is really bright. It does get kind of warm when you have it on the full brightness there. But for the size of this, for an everyday carry light, that 300 lumens is going to be plenty bright. That's really all you're going to need for most situations. Still plenty bright, and then if you need that turbo, you can go to that full 900 lumens. So check one out. This light is a bunch of bright awesomeness. The Olight S1R.